Hey everyone, welcome to Finance with Jordan. Today we're going to be talking about SoFi stock. So without any ado, let's get into it. So SoFi stock has been up, I think, 76% over the last year or so, which has seen record highs. And I just want to know why. So let's get into their revenue numbers to start with. So you can see their revenue over the past few years. We've seen an incline of 39%, 34%, 26%, 20, and 23%. So their revenue has started very strong, but it has started to decelerate a little bit. We can see that we've gone from the 30s to the 20s now. We can see an average growth rate of about 28%. They have shown, I think, 7 months of consistent profitability in their last 7 quarters, which has been good. So that they're finally profitable, which was always something that analysts talked about. But let's try and analyze it through Graham's model and see where it stands according to that. So for that, we've got an average growth rate of 28% here, which we can use as our growth assumption. For earnings per share, in their last Q2 report, they gave a guidance of 0.31 for their EPS value, so we can use that for that. So let's get into Graham's model. So what we need to do is try and find the intrinsic value. So intrinsic value V is equal to the earnings per share, which we're going to use as 0.31 multiplied by 8.5, which is the P base for a zero growth company, plus 2G, which is a growth assumption, multiplied by 4.4, which is the average yield of high grade corporate bonds, divided by the current yield of AAA corporate bonds, which I've pre-filled, which I've gotten from Y charts, which is 5.34. So let's get into it, right? So let's, for our EPS, let's put in that number, which is 0.31. And then let's put in the growth rate assumption. Let's, for example, say just take the average. So we'll say 28%. See what we get. So we're getting an intrinsic value of around $16.48. The current stock price as of making this video is $24.91, which shows it's 51% overvalued by the looks of it. Personally, I don't own any SoFi stock. I do think it's overvalued. I'd probably look into it more about the $8, $7 mark, because even the growth rate, like, I don't think this average is correct in my opinion. I just think it's going to decelerate in the next 7 to 10 years. I think it's going to be more like maybe 16% if we try that. What do we get? Yeah, $10. Yeah. For me, it's more of, it's more of a $7 to $8 stock at the moment, and then that would be what gets me interested. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Do any of you own SoFi stock? And if you have, I'm happy for all your returns and everything. What do you think SoFi can do in the next few years? Do you think it can achieve a higher growth rate? Because keep in mind, if it goes back to its old growth rate of the like 30s, right? Let's see what happens. Maybe 39. Let's try that. Yeah, look, for me, it's just overvalued. Yeah, I, I think it's a lot of hype on this one. But anyways, let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if you have any other stock recommendations you'd like me to analyze, do let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching the video.